Hello, this is the Raleigh Coin Club with another video on coin collecting. One branch of collecting is that of exonumia. Exonumia items are non-monetary objects accepted as money. They commonly take the form of a token. There are all kinds of tokens, but this session is about transportation or transit tokens. A transportation token is defined as any item used to purchase a ride on a commercial transportation line. It cannot be cash or a ticket. While tokens are not common now, these old postcards show some of the various methods of transportation that use tokens. Transit tokens come in many sizes, shapes, and compositions. If the token is made of cardboard, it must not be rectangular or square, otherwise, it is considered a ticket. This means a token can be your ticket to ride, but tickets are not tokens. Transportation tokens have been around since the early 1800s, but really exploded in the late 1800s and first half of the 1900s. Tokens came about for several reasons. When money was used for fares, less than scrupulous conductors could pocket some of the coins to supplement their income. Paper tickets helped solve that problem, but generally wore out quickly. By using tokens, conductors were less likely to steal, they did not have to make change, and the tokens had a much longer lifespan. A change in fare value could be accommodated by modifying existing tokens by adding a hole, paint, stamped number, or another device. One unusual material used for tokens is celluloid. Celluloid is created from nitrocellulose, gun cotton, and camphor. When pure it resembles ivory in texture and color, but it was often colored. Celluloid was also used for combs, brushes, dolls, clocks, and buttons. It is regarded as the first thermoplastic, registered in 1870. Another unusual material is vulcanite, also known as ebonite. Vulcanite is a hard rubber produced by vulcanizing natural rubber with large amounts of sulfur. Colored varieties are obtained by adding various ingredients such as sulfides of antimony and mercury. Vulcanite was also used for combs, buttons, and electrical insulators. The first three items shown here in the top row are all enameled metal tokens, from Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enameling was a way to recycle an old token when a fare changed. This could be done multiple times and without the need to purchase new tokens. Some cardboard tokens, such as the yellow bus token shown, were also enameled. Most modern tokens, shown in the bottom row, are either anodized metal or plastic, which allows unique designs and shapes, along with a rainbow of colors. Tokens were first cataloged in 1920. In 1932, Roland Atwood took the lead to produce a listing, later John Coffey took over for him. The first edition of the Atwood catalog was issued in 1958. As more tokens have been discovered, the listing has grown into what is now called the Atwood-Coffey catalog. The seventh edition was published in 2016, with over 10,000 tokens listed. Annual updates are done for new discoveries. There are separate catalogs for foreign tokens. A transportation token collector is called a vecturist. The American Vecturist Association was formed in 1948, with John Coffey as president and editor. Their newsletter is The Fare Box. Learn more about them at www.vecturist.com. This sample page from the catalog shows how tokens are identified and classified. Tokens are classified first by state, then by city, with each city having a unique number for that state, and finally by variety, shown in column 1. Columns 2, 3, and 4 show how variety is affected by size, design, markings, and token composition. The boxes on the right give more definition to the abbreviations listed. Most older tokens are either brass, bronze, or white metal. Newer ones tend to be aluminum or plastic. But tokens are made from all kinds of material. There are many ways to collect transit tokens. Most collectors collect them for the state they live in. For example, North Carolina has 165 regular issues, from 48 locations. Some collect by type, such as horse car tokens, different bus designs, streetcars, unusual metals, and of course some people want every token that is listed. Let's look at some of the tokens for older types of transportation. First are omnibus tokens. An omnibus is essentially an urban stagecoach, or a horse-drawn vehicle with no tracks. Most omnibus tokens are rarer and difficult to find. Omnibus is also the word that eventually got shortened to bus. Next are horsecar tokens. Horsecars are a horse-drawn coach, but the coach rode on tracks, like a train. In an article on North American horsecar tokens, by Robert Rue, he states that horsecars operated from about 1830 to 1900. Horsecars provided a smoother ride, with more load for less effort, than the omnibus. There are 32 varieties from 25 horsecar lines. The token must show a horse and car, not just mention it, to qualify. Some have one or the other and do not make the cut. The downfall of this method of transportation was that horses and mules had to be fed, cleaned up after, and could only work a few hours a day. There are many other subgroups of tokens. You can collect them by whatever topic you are interested in. The bridge shown on the Hungary token still exists, although it is now free to cross. Before vehicles, people sometimes had to pay to walk across bridges. The paddle wheel ferry shown on the Navy Yard token is perhaps the only American token showing a craft of that kind. There are some transit tokens that are also classified as Civil War tokens. 3 of those are shown here. The AVA system of classifying tokens by state, city, and variety was borrowed by those organizing Civil War token store cards, although the city numbers do not necessarily match from one system to the other. The 4th token shown here was struck over a Civil War token. Faint outlines of that design can be seen under magnification. Tokens that are made from 2 or more metals are called bimetal tokens. Many are one metal encased by another, as the first token shows. Others have a layer applied by hand, or stamp. Even an encapsulated cent can be a transportation token, if it offers a ride. Many cities issued commemorative tokens to celebrate special events. The 5 shown here are only a few of those issued. Other events include centennials, Earth Day, Spring Break, and of course, who could ever forget, the Asparagus Festival. Native Americans are shown on many tokens. Famous people and places are commemorated. 2 examples are shown, with Lincoln and Mark Twain. The Hula Girl is always a favorite, but it was never officially issued. The most intriguing may be the cemetery token. One right either way? What do they know that we don't? How could you ever buy a 16 2/3 cent token? The idea was to sell $1's worth at a time. 16 2/3 equals 6 for $1. Having trouble deciding what to collect, or where to travel? You could always use the Decision Maker token, from Lansing, Michigan. Those are the highlights of transit token collecting. We hope you enjoyed our quick journey through the world of transportation tokens. As with any hobby, the more you know, the deeper you can dive, and more interesting things can be found. Thank you for watching. Safe travels, no matter how you get there. Thank you for visiting the Raleigh Coin Club YouTube channel.